I think if you read U.S. Supreme Court jurisprudence today, a fair-minded person could conclude that all members of the U.S. Supreme Court are now originalists. And by an originalist, I mean an approach that asks a simple question: what did ordinary citizens in the United States believe the Constitution, to take an example, believe the Constitution meant at the time it was ratified and in effect? Some will disagree with that statement, but if you look at the Heller opinion, I think it's clear the two competing issues, or two competing justices, were both taking an originalist approach. Here's my question. Let's suppose in a moment of candor, the United States Supreme Court, in interpreting a provision in the Constitution, all members looked at it and said, you know, we've looked at all primary and secondary sources, and we can't say with any sort of certainty what people would have thought the Constitution meant about this particular issue at that particular time. You with me so far? If the Supreme Court did that, who gets to decide? Professor?
Senator Kennedy, given your hypothetical, the question is who gets to decide if all primary and secondary sources have been exhausted.
If the justices in all candor say, look, we've looked at this, we've read all the secondary and primary sources, and we don't know what the average American would have believed that provision to say at the time that it was drafted or approved.
Senator Kennedy, in my heart, I believe that at that point the Constitution decides. And I think that the judges follow the law, follow the Constitution, and come to a decision. You know, one of the things that's interesting, you mentioned originalism, and there's also textualism. There's the living constitutional things. There are books that are out there that are fascinating reads. No matter what a person believes about the constitutional philosophies or the search for a cosmic constitutional theory, as Judge Wilkinson has written, is that they fall apart at the margins. And it's just very difficult to answer questions like that. I would like to think the Constitution decides.